Rude, Janice. I'm just kidding. What's up, Les? Loving this setup. I think it sounds great. I hope it sounds good through the YouTubes and the StreamYard and all that stuff. Because in the room it sounds good, and I did some recording yesterday and it sounded good. So yeah, I hope you guys are digging it. Hopefully you guys can hear me too. I know StreamYard's a little weird. I tried to go live with OBS today, but then there was a problem. Let's see here. Okay, good, Janice. Because yeah, I'm really digging the way it's sounding right now, and I hope this helps a little bit with the mic volume. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. Does that help? Check one, check. Anyway, I did lower the input, so maybe that does some. Hey, Dwight Bailey, what's up? Thanks, Janice. So yeah, Janice, I'm appreciate that. I just put so the new pickups I just put in. What's cool about these? I'll show you. I'll try to get a close up here. Is they're all slugs. You see that? There's no flat pole pieces. They're all screw slugs. And I don't know what that does necessarily for the tone, but I love the way these sound. So it just makes me think that that's doing something. Yeah, and the pedal I'm playing through today, Michael B, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by, man. That was a little late, Google. I signed into OBS like 5-10 minutes ago, trying to get everything to work through OBS because I think I could get a better, I think I could get a better sound through OBS, but wasn't able to get it to work. It was saying something about my something not matching with YouTube on that side of things. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this, and yeah. So so these are, I didn't even mention what the pickups are. These are the Kiesel Allen Holdsworth pickups. They're typically, an upgrade option for humbuckers, but you can also, they also do come standard in the Holdsworth model, obviously. And it's the neck pickup is like that PAF that was in the Heritage that I just got rid of. It's a very open, very single coil sounding pickup, which I really like. Let's see if I can maybe just. I'll show you. I'll do the two for here. I'll show off the neck pickup here real quick, and I'll also turn off the LPD74 that's giving me all the gain, and I'll see if I can show you guys a more single coil sound. Alex, what's up, dude? right, so obviously I'm just playing through the Blues Junior, so I'm gonna go and turn the pedals back on. I'm using the Univibe, the JH or the LPD 78. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. LPD 68 and the LPD 74. So the 68's on right now, and this is just the 74 coming on. We'll go back on with the Univibe. Yeah, I love the way this sounds. Yeah, I could just riff on this all day. It's too much fun. And dude, I'm really digging this guitar. It's just a total bare bones workhorse. The neck joint, I've I've never really got it. I've never really had a neck through. I had a neck through seventh string, but it's a seventh string, so it's kind of different. Um, yeah, so having this neck through six is pretty cool. I'm really digging it. Thanks, dude. Yeah, these pickups really made a difference. I liked the way it sounded before, but I'm really a fan of the way they sounded now. And I sold the pickups overnight, so I just got to ship those out today. I got a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock, so the stream's going to end just before that. My doctor's just around the corner. Um, and after that, I'm going to go ship off those pickups and get back to some more playing probably. So yeah, I'm really glad those pickups sold overnight like they did. I priced them fairly, and someone snatched them right up. So it's cool. Yeah, I can't get over it. I just, I know. See, this is just a testament to how much I love guitar. Everybody's always like, "Oh, you love this guitar, you love that guitar." I literally, I do. I'm not lying when I say that I love each guitar that I own, because I do. It's sometimes you fall out of love, sometimes you move on, you grow, whatever. It was just a fling maybe, but you still, still felt a certain way about a guitar. So, um, what's four in a row, Janice? Oh, just saying that. Yeah, I say that about every guitar. Is that what you're saying? Um, but yeah, this thing just shreds. It's how do I put it? It's kind of a blank canvas for you to do with what you want. And people are saying they're always searching. Well, really, the search is for a lot of people to find a guitar that plays like a Fender but sounds like a Gibson, and I feel like this guitar does that. Oh, right on, right on. Okay, cool, 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 cool. And I think I will do one more thing here because Alex is my homie. Alex is my homie, and I know he's going to be around the chats, and I appreciate him being who he is. And so let's give him a blue wrench. Shout out, Alex. You will now forever be blue. And I thought I said hello, but if I didn't, what's up, Blackjack? What's up, Tim Thomas, bro? It's good to see you guys. Yeah, dude, I love going to like you guys. You've really got me into baseball, honestly. Like I was trying to get into baseball for the longest time, but going with you guys this last few times, has just been having so much fun. Um, I know last time I did get a little distracted by the people in front of us for a little bit because this guy was just being such an asshole to his girlfriend. It just really kind of got to me. Um, but still, it was a great time. It was the walk off win last time. Are you kidding me? So great. So yeah, I'm in. I'm in. It's a lot of fun. I'm down to go to more games, and especially because it's kind of baseball's in the dog days of baseball's in the dog days of summer, so it's a good time to get out and go do something that's good timing, I guess, for baseball. You saw that too? Okay. I wasn't sure if I was the only one, but yeah, that guy was. I mean, he was just. He was just young. That's what it was. He was just a young kid that didn't know any better, and yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, dude. Yeah, I know Blackjack. Right? At least I still have this thing. Yeah, no, I pretty much can't. This is the lowest I'm willing to go, and it's like not in a way that to say this guitar is low, but I'm not necessarily willing to have a lesser guitar as a main guitar. So it's like I got to just figure shit out. I just got to get stuff going. Yeah, that could have been it. I'm truthfully, I don't even know if he was 21. I don't think he was that old yet. I think he was younger than we realized. I think because he turned around and said something to me, and it came off like a 17-year-old kid. saying something, or a 16-year-old kid saying something. And I didn't realize he's young as he is. So that's why I also have kind of tried to change my tune about him. But yeah, it wasn't, it was like, dude, just try to enjoy the baseball game with your friends and stuff. Anyway, um, but yeah, dude, that's so true. The A's will be in SAC next year. Um, yeah, the A's will be in SAC next year, so that'll be a great opportunity to go catch some baseball. So I'll be going there as much as I can. So let's do it, dude. We'll be glad to drive up here and go to see a baseball game. Yeah, dude, I do kind of do one guitar at a time. Times I've had multiple guitars, they just seem pointless in a way because I enjoy playing, and as weird as it is because I get rid of guitars, but I really do bond with the guitar while I have it. I really do like feel a certain way about a guitar and want it to work and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you gotta balance everything from money to the lifestyle you want to live and all that, whatever, everything. So it's like I'm just happy I have a great guitar that plays great, sounds great. I'm happy with. So it's all good. It doesn't have to be something necessarily super fancy, but I mean it's still a $2,000 guitar. It's not like it's a cheap guitar. Because if you buy this something like this brand new from Kiesel, it'll cost you $2,000 still. So man, this those I am kind of missing the neck pickup position being on it like a 22 fret. Um, since it's a 24 fret guitar, the neck pickup's pushed down a little more, and it lends itself to more like metal style leads, which is cool. If you're doing that kind of thing, but when it comes to like bluesy stuff, it's like it's just not quite there. So I could see myself eventually wanting a second guitar for that aspect, getting a Strat or something like that. Maybe a Telly, but probably a Strat. I like Tellys a lot, but you have a Dean, Janice? I didn't know you had a Dean. Did I know you had a Dean? A Dean was one of my first guitars. I had a Squire Strat that I hated, but I still played it. And then I traded that for something. Or no, I just ended up letting that guitar kind of rot and I just got rid of it. That guitar at one point, the neck was so bowed I could have killed a turkey with it. It was literally like, let me see, it was curved like that much. It was a literal bow. And the strings were that far off the fretboard. And yeah, eventually got myself a Dean Explorer. Uh, yeah, that's a good reason too. Because if you want to mess around different tunings, that's really what you have to do because you don't want to be tweaking the guitar every time you change tunings and change strings and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's perfect reason for it. Um, Dean Vendetta XMT. Let me pull that up. No way, Janice. That's a cool guitar. They're not, commanding tons of money, but um, that's a cool looking guitar. It reminds me of an ESP a little bit. I hope I'm not talking too loud into the mic being right next to it. As always, that headstock's funky. That's Dean for you. I know I didn't share the screen with you guys, but that bowl is nice. I didn't find the neck to be overly thick on that guitar. It's not a thin neck by any means, but totally reasonable. I feel like that guitar is really nice. And the fact you won that thing's amazing. I think that's great. But yeah, this thing's just a total workhorse. Really digging it. Hard to hold up tuner. I can totally see that. Yeah, but that was cool. So basically, let me just pull it up again real quick. I should have just showed it. Uh, so this is what Janice is talking about. Does yours have a tremolo, Janice? The one that I was looking at had a tremolo, and that's the one I thought was cool. Something like this, just a Strat style, two humbucker, tremolo. I think you can't go wrong with that, especially as a, kind of a, I don't want to say beginning guitar, but I feel like I could have played that all through high school and been happy. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't have the wiggle stick. Okay. So I saw a hardtail one. Is it okay? I think it was a string through body. Yeah, something like this, right? Something like that, Janice. The string through body like that V pattern. That's kind of cool, actually. That's not just a regular straight across um, holes. I like the V pattern on that. I think that's cool. Anyway, yeah, I think Dean guitars are somewhat underrated. Oh, really? Not that kind? Well, I tried. Is it still string through body, Janice? Yeah, I like Dean guitars. I had the, like I said, I had that Dean Explorer. My guitar teacher. That's when I took lessons. I took lessons for about 6 to 9 months with a guitar teacher named Eric. Oh, it's a steal. Yeah, 99 at Guitar Center is great. That's a great deal for a full size guitar. Anytime you can get a full size guitar for $100 and it plays good, you get it set up to play good. That's a good deal. But yeah, I had a Dean Explorer because I was a big fan of James Hetfield, still am. Um, and my music teacher made fun of me so much. He's like, "You're the only person in here who's going to bring an Explorer to a guitar lesson." And yeah, maybe his blackjack. Um, but we got to see, what kind of guitar it is, and it's cool. But yeah, I had that Dean Explorer, and would be bringing it into the guitar lessons. And as you can imagine, the guitar lessons in a really small room, and so I'm bringing this beast of a guitar in there with this big wing hanging off the back, and I'm bumping into the walls, bumping into everything, and it's just like not convenient at all. But I didn't care because I loved that guitar. I thought it was great. I moved on from it. I did a trade purely because that's who I am. Apparently, I didn't know that about myself when I was younger, but I was just like, oh, I want to try an ESP. So I just went and I traded for an LTD. Obviously, not a real ESP, but an LTD. Kept that for a little bit, and I can't even remember what I did from there. Just so many trades and sell and buy, and oh my goodness, it's been nonstop. I'm talking when I had this guitar. Like I said, it was high school. That Dean. It might have even been middle school. So I've been just doing this. Feels like my whole life. That's cool. Dimebag Dean would be those things are sick. Those things are really cool. I wanted one for a long time, but truthfully, if I own one now, it would just make me sad because thinking about how the band ended is it's really upsetting. And I know they're still going and all that, but I mean the original members of the band being taken out the way they were is just it's heartbreaking. It's like, man, you got the wrong people. You got the wrong people, man. Unfortunately, best thing about that story is the ending when the guy met his demise by that hero of a cop that came in and ended that guy's life on the spot because we don't need people like that living with us. Whew. Yeah. Anyway, telling you, that's how quickly I go down the dark hole when it comes to Dimebag. I saw his name and it took me there, man. It's just it's really upsetting what happened to him. Um, should have never happened. Should have never happened. He should still be with us. Oh, Janice, that's cool. That's cool. There you go. You got a free. That's even better. Cheap is free. What's up, Zach? Cheers, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well, man. So look at that. Janice got a free guitar from Guitar Center. See, Guitar Center's not all bad. You can get deals. And truthfully, I know we like to stick up for the mom and pop shops, and I do too, because that's where I shop most of the time, or mom and pop shops. But you need to be honest with yourself too, and realize there are some bad mom and pop shops out there. Okay, not all of them are great. So it's like saying Guitar Center, oh, mom and pops are so much better. It's like when they're good, yes, they are. But honestly, on average, I think Guitar Center's at least as good as most mom and pop shops. Just and a lot of it has to do with the sheer inventory they have, just the mass amount of money they have to spend on inventory and things like that. So they keep in stock the things you need. But it's a tricky subject because I don't want Guitar Center to go away. I think that would be really bad. Maybe that could be a subject for one of Laz's shows. Is what if this behemoth of a guitar shop goes away and we're just stuck with Sweetwater and ordering things online and all that. I don't want to do that. Then you'd think maybe the mom and pop shops would get more popular, but I just think online would get more popular. I don't think the Guitar Center closing is going to go back to the mom and pop shops. I think it would just go straight to the online sales. What are you doing for work these days, Alex? Are you still doing the Guitar Tech thing? I thought you said you were doing something different. I can't remember though. Whoa, that's weird, Janice. Huh? In a new PA, man, it's usually pretty tough to blow out a PA. They're usually meant to handle pretty high wattage, pretty high output. But dang. All right, well, I'm going to play a little more since we got some more people in here now. I want to show off this LPD 74 that I just got in. It's a Plexi in a box. It's kind of a higher gain Plexi sound, and it's really good. Really good. Look, this is just a Blues Junior. Okay, right on, dude. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Right on, right on. That was fun. Yeah, I'm digging the sound I'm getting out of that. Shout out Lawrence Petros and Lawrence Petros Designs. Uh, LPD 74. Highly recommend. Very, very good. Very, very good. This Kiesel, very, very good. These Alan Holdsworth pickups, very, very good. Everything sounded right. Everything sounded really good. And I'm using the LPD 68 as well to stack into the 74. So 74 is getting a little bit of help, but not much. I had the gain pretty much all the way down and just doing it for a little bit of EQing. And I got a Univibe going on top of all that, just for a little warbly fun. So, yeah, that's what I got going on, and I'm digging it. I did start recording. I kind of let some of you guys know. I started recording some stuff yesterday, just some real basic stuff. But the point is, I'm getting familiar with the software and how to do everything. And yeah, that's next on the list, Alex. The 87. I got to get all three now because I have a feeling they all sound great on their own right. So yeah, I highly recommend LPD pedals in general, but especially these Marshall preamp style pedals. They're killer. Killer. It's a killer. Shout out Star Zero. Mr. Killer. Yeah, I feel like I could play just about anything on this guitar, but especially rock music. Like anything rock music, I feel like I could play on this thing. I think it sounds great. Really, really good. And what's funny is, like, I could see someone looking at this guitar and being like, really, $2,000 for that thing? That seems like a lot. It's all just mahogany and just it's whatever. But it's like, what's funny is I think it is ultimately about how you can bond with your instrument. And I know coming from me, that seems silly, but maybe that's why I lean towards the guitars I lean towards, because I know I could kind of connect with them quickly, because they're so well made. Um, they just sound good no matter what, whether you play them acoustically or play them through an amp. I feel like the same way about all the guitars I've had. The ones that I've chosen that I've really ended up liking a lot. I mean, I don't think you guys ever knew I owned a Suhr. I had a Suhr Modern, Modern Pro or whatever it was, the one with the flame whale blue finish and two humbuckers, single coil in the middle, and 510 Goto trim and all this stuff, and stainless steel frets and whatever else. But I played it, man. I played it for 5 minutes, and I knew that was not the guitar for me. I just really didn't gel with it. It felt like like a Mexican Strat to me. It felt like a $1,000 guitar, not a $3,000 guitar. It was really it was kind of weird, actually. I expected a lot more, but I don't know what, because it wasn't like it was made terrible. It just didn't seem. I didn't find. I didn't see the value in it. I guess. I guess you put it that way. Yo, what's up, Martin? Cheers, dude. Thanks for coming by, man. Hope you're doing well. So that doesn't mean that I'm like totally poo-pooing Sir guitars or anything like that. It's more of, I think they're for me in the category of a Gibson, where if you found the right one that you just bonded with right away, sounded great, you played it as just like what you wanted, what you need. Then I can understand getting one, one where you just fall for it. But to order one blind online, like, ooh, buddy, I would never do that. There are certain guitars like Kiesels I don't mind ordering online because I feel like they're so consistent, and they're such like all the components are high enough quality to where any legitimate good tech could get this guitar playing perfectly. And I mean, it goes for any Kiesel. I bet to say any Kiesel that's ever been made, and I'm not talking about the carving guitars, and I'm not really talking about the old Kiesels. I'm talking about 2015 and on. There are very few guitars of theirs that I feel like have totally failed to the point where they're no longer functional. Like, I'd be surprised if the number was over 10, in this in the last, what is it, decade. And that just goes to the quality of the components and the quality of the wood they use. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that kind of stuff, but the quality of the wood matters. Like, if you ever walked by a pile of 2x4s and you've seen them, one's weather beaten and frailing and it's barely holding itself together, another one's pristine and perfect, there is a difference between that kind of stuff. And so Kiesel handles their wood as like they should, and they do things the right way, and it comes out with a great product. And you don't have to like it either, but it just is what it is, though. And for me, they're better than the Fenders that are out there. They're better than the Gibsons that are out there. Now, Gibsons have a feel that you can't replicate because they have the binding and they have the nitro lacquer and all that kind of stuff. So it's like there's a feel to them that that Kiesel doesn't get to, that Kiesel doesn't do. But if you want an instrument that will perform the way you need it to perform, it's Kiesel all day. Well, Martin, I appreciate you stopping by, man. No worries about that. Do what you got to do, Um, I'm trying to pinpoint what I didn't like about the Sir. I think maybe it's the basswood body, because I don't associate basswood with expensive guitars necessarily. I had an ESP with basswood and it was fine, but it just dents really easy, so that kind of shies me away from it. Like me, I'm not going to bang on my guitars that hard, but if I accidentally bump it on something, I don't want there to be a permanent dent there. It's kind of annoying. And basswood is really that soft where if you just bump it on something, it'll be permanently dented. And sure, there's ways to try to get it out, but I don't want to do that, so I'd rather just steer away from basswood. But it wouldn't cause me to not buy a guitar, but it would cause me to not buy a $2,500 guitar made of basswood. You know what I mean? If I'm going to buy a basswood guitar, it's going to be $1,000 guitar, and I'll be happy with it at that price point, or $1,200, something like that. $1,500 maybe, whatever. But when you get into the $2,500 price range, I expect, something that I feel like is going to be bulletproof. And obviously, it's just wood and simple electronics and that kind of stuff. So it's never going to be bulletproof, but as close as you can get to it, because I don't want to have to worry about my instruments. That's the number one reason I don't play acoustic guitars, is I don't want to worry about them. I don't want to worry about them cracking. I don't want to worry about them moving. I don't have the luxury of having a room that I can isolate and keep humidified to the right levels, so that plays a role. But I'm the kind of person, when I have stuff, I want to use it. I don't want to baby it. I want to be able to actually use it what it's for. Like if I'm going to buy a sports car, it better go fast. I don't want to have to, and it better not break down. Because that's what it's meant to do is provide fun and um, thrill. So if it doesn't provide that, then it's not that thing. You understand? That's how I see things. Um, so a car that breaks down all the time is not even a car; it's just a pain in the ass. So it's like I feel the same way about guitars. If you have to work on your guitar all the time, that's one reason I stay away from trends now. Really, is like I love the basic. Just throw some strings on it, rock out. That's it. Simple. Let's spend all your time thinking about what the music you want to create, not how you want to create it. If that makes sense. That's what I'm kind of going for. Even though I'm 35 and I haven't written an album yet, and there's kids that do when they're 18 years old and younger even. So I know I'm behind the curve when it comes to music, but it's like I still want to do my thing and try to be a part of the music community because I enjoy it. Yeah, there's some truth to that for sure. There's some truth to that for sure. Uh, and that's one thing they pride themselves on is their inconsistency, which is weird, but it makes sense in a way too because um, just like with people, we're all different. We have all different little quirks about us, and that's how their guitars are too. Is they all have little quirks about them, and yeah, like you said, when you find that right one, it's just it's like man, but it's also really discouraging when you lose the right one because you didn't have the money at the time or whatever. You found the right one and you couldn't make it happen, and it really discourages you from looking because you're like, well, I already found it. I already found it. It's lost now. So there is that side of it too. Because the reason I say that is that Gibson, the custom shop Gibson custom made to measure with a lemon burst figured maple top, and it had the access heel, so it was like this. So it was like a neck through carve on a set neck guitar. Um, Played it, and it was under 8 pounds, and it just sang, and it played perfectly. And I was gonna go get it the next day. I was gonna bring all the stuff I had at the time. I was gonna trade it towards that one guitar. I wasn't even gonna have an amp left. I wasn't gonna have any pedals left. I was gonna have just that guitar and just stick with that and start from scratch. Someone bought it the day that I was there. They said, "Yeah, about an hour after you left, someone came in and bought it." Like, damn. And those Mason Measure guitars are $5 grand plus, so I'll never own one. I'll never be able to put $5 grand towards a guitar and feel good about it. Um, you know, the only time I'm going to put that kind of money towards something guitar wise is if it's vintage or it's owned by somebody that's somebody, because if you play the vintage game, um, there's going to be money to be made, and there's how I like to sell and trade and that kind of stuff. So there's that. I can see that being fun to an extent, but truthfully, I think right now just getting everything dialed in for just making music is what I want to do. In the room, I'm doing so. You guys aren't necessarily hearing it. I mean, you guys are hearing it, so it's coming through the way I want. But I have this mic position for me, obviously, and what I should be doing is positioning the mic down towards the amp because what I have it set up to do when I'm recording is using the vocal mic as a room mic and having the SM57 right on the cabinet and blending the two, and it's getting a really good sound. I probably have this vocal mic a little too far away, but it's still probably coming through roughly the same. I'm going to obviously have to listen back to this and see how it sounds because I can't hear, on my end how everything is sounding. But hope it sounded good on your guys' end. I think this is going to be the show because I do have to. I told you guys I had the doctor's appointment at 2:00. I got to go make that. So about 15 minutes here. So I'm going to wrap up and hang out for a little bit and go to that. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming by. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. And yeah, until next time, I'll keep informing you guys of my guitar journey. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, that Gibson was $4,000, so it wasn't cheap. And being in the Bay Area, I'm sure someone just swiped their credit card. Uh, but anyway, you guys rock on. I'm not going to play out this time. We played enough in this episode. If you want to go check out my playing, go go watch back the video. And happy happy Wednesday to everybody, and hope everybody has a good day. You guys rock on. Take care.